I was in New Orleans, Louisiana, about 6 months ago, and while I was down there, I was doing stand-up comedy, but also want to pursue my dreams. So I was trying to catch an alligator. That's the place for it. You can't catch them in Texas like that. You know, there's not that many. I've caught possums and raccoons, you know, but I've never caught an alligator. So while I was down there, I was doing crowd work, and I said, "Hey, does anybody in here know how to catch an alligator?" And one dude in the front row went, "Whoo! I know how to put a hand on a gator." I was like, "That's my guy." I was like, "What's your name? What's your qualifications?" And he said, "Well, my name's Booger, and that's my partner, Lefty." I said, "Well, that's all I need." Clears that right up, dude. After the show, I found him at the bar. I dragged one of my comedian buddies with me, and I was like, "Dawg, we're going on an adventure. Let's go." And he was like, "All right, fine." So we walked up to the bar, and I found Booger, and I was like, "Hey, Booger, I wasn't kidding about that gator catching stuff." And Booger was like, "I could see it in your eyes, baby." He said, "What we're gonna do is," he said, "well, we already caught the gator now. It's about 2 o'clock in the morning. We take him down to the bayou there. Now, what we do is we go to the golf course about every 4 weeks, okay? And we get down there and we find a problem gator, okay? Now, a problem gator is any gator under 6 foot long." He said, "Now, you can make boots out of a 6-foot gator, but you can't make boots out of no 3-foot gator, okay?" So what we do is we take that gator, we take him down to the bayou where we know he's gonna be, and we feed him some chicken strips and we let him grow. And until he grow, now he's a wrestling gator. And he ain't bigger than no middle schooler. You could wrestle a middle schooler. And I was like, "I agree." And I told my buddy, I was like, "All right, dog, well, what do you think about the situation?" And my buddy said, "I don't know what the fuck he just said." He said, "But I got it on video recording, so if you want to go, I'll show the cops or whatever when you get back." And so I go out in the parking lot with Booger and Lefty, all right? Now I take a picture of the license plate. Not that I don't trust Booger or Lefty, but I want somebody to remember the story, you know? So we get in their car and we take off down to their house. And when we get to their house, we get out of the truck and we go to the back of their house and we get on a boat and we start taking off down to Bayou, okay? And when we get there, I start getting a little nervous because I'm like, man, I've seen Steve Irwin do this. The GOAT, I've watched tapes before, right? Game film. And I notice he always tries to attack him on the land, but I'm noticing there's not a whole lot of land in the bayou. So I'm like, "Hey, Booger, real quick, clear this up. How's this gonna work?" And he said, "Well, now, what we're gonna do is, it's about 2 o'clock in the morning, like I said, and they asleep out there, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a flashlight, we're gonna find a pair of eyes that's not blinking, and we're gonna cut that motor off, we're gonna pole on up next to that gator, we're gonna ease on up to him, and we're gonna have you lay on the front of the boat there, okay? And what we're gonna do is when we're parallel with that gator, we're gonna say go, and you're gonna roll off on top of that gator, baby." And he said, "And when you do, your adrenaline is gonna kick in." He said, "When you feel him hit your chest, all you're gonna do is you're gonna take your arms and put them underneath him. And if you put your head on his head, he can't bite you." And you're just gonna go rolling with that gator, baby, okay? And whenever you done, you just say 5, 6, 7, 8 times, whatever. Whenever you done, you're just gonna let go, and that gator, he gonna fuck off. He ain't gonna want nothing to do with you no more, baby. And I was like, "Cool, well, I'm gonna have to see you do that shit." And then Lefty got up on the front of that boat, they found a gator, they pulled on up to him, they cut that motor off, they rolled off on top of that gator, and he fucked him up. And I was looking at the whole situation, I was like, fuck. He made it look easy. I got this fucking haircut, dog. I can't back out now. So I get in front of this boat, dude. I get on the front of this boat like this, and I got real nervous because I heard the motor cut off, and I heard Booger go, "Whoo!" "Get ready, baby." And I heard the word go, and I rolled off on top of this gator. When I did, I did everything like they said. As soon as I felt him, I put my head on his head so he can't bite you. And we go rolling 5, 6, 7, 8 times. And then I realized, oh, I don't want to be here anymore. So what's the next step of this process? It's let go and he's gonna fuck off, right? So I let go and the gator didn't fuck off. He stayed underneath, right? He was on top of me, and the water is up here, the air is up there, right? So I find a footing, I fucking push him off of me like this, and I go to grab the boat because it's still right here, right? So I grab the boat and I see they're dying laughing, and I go to push myself up on the boat, and when I sit on the edge of the boat, I see the gator's belly, And I see it right there. I'm like, oh shit, I killed him. Oh, I killed this fucker. I'm a bad motherfucker. I killed this gator. And then I hear him still laughing behind me, and I look back and I realize it's a fucking log. My ego was hurt. And so I was like, oh, it's very funny. It's very funny. It was like a practice round or something, Booger. And Booger looked me in the eyes. He was like, we ain't letting you touch no gator, baby. All right, my name's Dean Stanfield. Thank you so much.